All right, time for sports. Myra's here with that. Hi.
Hudson, welcome back. We missed you.
Thank you. It's nice to be here.
Good to see you back on the desk, boss man. We're talking back to school, but that also means it's time to head back to the hockey rinks. And it's been a revolving door of Royals hopefuls at Save-On Foods Memorial Centre. With draft picks and rookies wrapping up their camp over the weekend, a new crop of talent poured into the building this morning for main camp. And this stable is full of players looking to crack the roster. 105 prospects are in main camp, including 20 rookies who impressed Dave Lowry and his coaching staff enough to get another look. Rookies and invitees were sprinkled on the ice among the veteran players. The Royals' experience will not guarantee a spot on this roster. Coach Lowry says there is no set number of safe spots for vets.
Well, that's going to be up to these individuals, and you know, obviously moving forward, we want to build a team that has an opportunity to win, and you know, the performance will dictate. And the one thing that we want to see is we want to see the returning players come in and you know, fight for the opportunity to play here.
The Royals have 4 20-year-olds returning from last season's roster. That's one more than they're allowed to keep come the deadline in October. Jamie Crooks can probably go ahead and unpack his bags, though. Last season's MVP is looking to build on the career year and help guide the team to a winning season. Jamie talks about his goals and expectations tomorrow on CTV News at 5. The West Shore Rebels are now 3-1 after rolling over the Chilliwack Valley Huskers on Saturday. And once again, a lethal offense was led by running back Greg Morris, showing no signs of slowing down. And if you want proof, proof is in the scoreboard as we pick this game up in the third quarter with the Rebels with a slight advantage, 36-0. Hovering just inside the 10-yard line, quarterback Mark Black connects with receiver Kat Todorovic. One of 5 catches and just over 100 yards in the game for the receiver, who's flying high these days. Back the other way, the Rebels continued to stifle the Huskers hurler Braden Shirley. Nicholas Swaby with his second quarterback sack of the game. Once again, it was running back Greg Morris who put up most of the points for West Shore. He amassed 230 yards on the ground while running in 4 touchdowns in the game. Rebels go on to win this one large, 58-0. And get a much-deserved rest heading into the league-wide bye week. And a full-scale attack launched by Jordan Yance and the VI Raiders in Kamloops this weekend. Yance threw for 6 touchdowns and 398 yards before being replaced in the third quarter by backup Curtis Bardua. The Raiders improved to 3-0-1. They host Chilliwack on September 8th at Caledonia Park. Well, I wonder if any of the Raiders or the Rebels would be brave enough to step in the ring with Stan the Steamer Pederick. This weekend, the 53-year-old kickboxing legend made history, becoming the first Canadian ever to fight in 5 straight decades. That's a nice selection of music. Stan going with a little old-school Guns N' Roses for his walk through the crowd. Archie Browning Sports Centre was Stan's Jungle on Saturday night, and the packed arena was on their feet as he made his way to the ring. Waiting for him there, 35-year-old Tracy Hubert of Kamloops, a former sparring partner of Stan's, who was brave enough to face a former world champion. Both fighters looked like they were having a bit too much fun there in the first round. So they both had big smiles on their faces while they were feeling each other out. Well, nothing erases a smile from a face like a sweeping leg takedown. Hubert was leaking from his nose in the third round. Stan still looked like he was full of fire. Steamer takes over from there, unleashing the left jab and that lethal left leg by the 5th and final round. Hubert was playing defense and trying to stay back and cover up. A smart decision because this was a unanimous decision by the judges. Stan Peterec remains Victoria's king of the ring, undefeated at home, and makes Canadian fight history.
Because he took the fight, you know, and he stepped up. A lot of guys don't step up. Did his whole work. Every time I tried a good left kick, he blocked it. So I started finding other pockets, front kicks, all sorts of stuff. So it worked, you know. From being a teacher, sometimes you teach yourself too. And I didn't have the speed. I didn't have all the things I used to have, but I had timing. That was the one thing seemed that I didn't lose. And the cardio was good enough to get me by. That's it for me.
I don't think I'd get in the ring with him. Well, wouldn't it be nice to see Canadians on the podium in Rio when Rugby Sevens makes its Olympic debut? And it very well may happen. Both the men's and women's teams were golden this weekend at the inaugural North American Caribbean Rugby Association Championships held in our nation's capital. The Canadian men's team facing the USA in the final. And how about Connor Traynor? They call him the C Train, and for good reason. He dodges a couple of tackles before busting over the try line. Phil Mack's convert is good, and the Canadians grab their first lead of the game. John Moonlight scored Canada's first try, his second result of some nice defensive play. Tips a USA pass in the air, snags it, shakes off his tackler. Huddy Bays, Canada leading 19-7 at the half. Things got sloppy for the Canadians, and the USA battled back to wipe the score clean. Tied at 19, 2 minutes left on the clock. Canada could use a hero, and a UVic product is going to answer the bell. Sean Duke has some of the fastest feet in the game, and he does the 80-meter dash to the house. Canada takes the gold with a 26-19 final. Both teams advance to the 2013 World Cup in Moscow.
Kish comes away with it.
The Canadian women, a different story, absolutely dominated this tournament, as in they never allowed a point against at all. The closest any team came was Trinidad and Tobago, who lost 39-0 in round robin play. That's them in red, Canada in black in the final. A 3-try effort from captain Jen Kish paced Canada to a 46-0 victory and the gold. The Canadian girls scored a season's worth of points in Ottawa, 284 in 6 games. And tons of history being made over the weekend. This one took place on Canadian soil, where a Kiwi rewrote the LPGA record books. 15-year-old Lydia Ko of New Zealand, the youngest female golfer to ever win an LPGA event, captured the CN Canadian Women's Open yesterday at the Vancouver Golf Club. Now, the golf glove that she wore is on its way to the World Golf Hall of Fame in Florida. Ko started the day with 4 straight birdies on the back nine and finished 13 under on the tournament. That's 3 shots better than Inbi Park of South Korea, who by this shot is no slouch either. But it did pay off to be second on Championship Sunday. Big time since Ko is an amateur. The $300,000 first place purse goes to the top pro. Inby gets the cash, while Ko got the trophy and a $750 gift certificate to use in the pro shop. I think she will have her payday one day if she's golfing like that at 15. So.
I think so.
Boy, those ladies can play. Oh, Stan.
She's 15. How old, Stan?
Stan's 53.
Yeah.
So it looks pretty darn good. He says that's it, but he looked pretty good out there.
Yeah. Says he doesn't have the speed or his moves.
I don't know. It's quicker than I could be.
Yeah,
Would you? No, I wouldn't.
No. Known Stan a long time.
Yeah. Stay away.
Thank you, Mike.
You're welcome.